So, justice for Mohbad has gotten into a different, or let us say it has gotten to a special stage. That stage is what we have been working for, waiting for, and now it is there. It is here now. Although the anti-justice came up with some rules, like a kind of smoke screen, they thought if we focus on this, then the DNA paternity test will be something we will not be aware of when the results are out. In fact, right now, Wunmi has no other option. Yes, they've exhausted all avenue. They've done all they could to delay justice. They've done all they could to steal from Mohbad. They've done all they could after his life has been stolen. They want to take what remains of him. Memory, legacy, estate. Now, you all know that Mohbad was not that famous in the past. Mohbad didn't really have too much money like how other music artists have. He does not have nothing. He was an upcoming music artist. There was nothing much. Some might say, oh, he has a lot of money. What about the royalty? What about this? In the past with the Malian, when he left, it was a 2-year record deal that he didn't finish up. So how much has he accrued in that period to compare to others that have accrued so much in the space of 6 years? How much has he acquired? How many people are streaming or listening to Mohbad's music back then? So what I'm trying to say is that he was just trying to come up. The demise of Mohbad gave him fame. What does this mean? It means that if Mohbad was still alive, during the space of 2 years to 2.5, Mohbad will step up, like in the ranks of Ashake, performing and doing the doings. But because he's no longer there, his life has been cut short. His fame must speak, because that is the covenant he had with this earth. And the earth does not swallow destiny and keep it. No. Once they swallow, maybe through demise, they have to vomit it. And that's exactly what has happened. It has been vomited, even though he's not alive physically to enjoy it. The distraction of pregnancy that they are coming up with does not hold water. They are trying to make it appear like, oh, Mohbad got Wunmi pregnant before his demise. Can you believe it? Well, you're about to hear things that will get your ears full up. I want you to stay put. You will hear it all. You will see it all. And about the DNA, like I said, it's a done deal. It's a done deal. I'm talking of the official one, not because we are not aware that that child is not for Mohbad. Obviously, if that child is for Mohbad, the first thing that would have been done by Wunmi is to get DNA done. Simple. That would have been the first thing for her to absolve herself of any wrongdoing and make it appear as if she's a saint. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to like and share, tap on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell.
Why the funny restraining order? Why the funny safeguarding? Because of all indications, Wunmi Sekinat Adebanjo is not mentally stable to train a child. A person that has been implicated in the pie of his so-called husband of the youth. And why will you leave a child to such a person? So it would have been taken away from her if she was abroad. So when you are talking about people that are actually assaulting that boy, and what you want to denigrate it is Wunmi that the person. All of the social media now. Do you understand? So you cannot hold anybody responsible for maligning Liam. Do you get it? If you don't hold anybody responsible, go and hold Wunmi responsible. We are just saying the obvious. A child with disputed paternity, whose real father identity has not been known and identified for the past 30 months. What will you call that person? He's a child of many fathers until it is proven otherwise. And that is why I'm not holding by that statement. But that does not mean that somebody is insulting Liam. Do you understand? So please, I really want you to come up and be telling us that story. That story is dead on arrival. We don't want to go through that route. The obvious is what we are talking about. Thank you and God bless you. And now...
Hello, good evening. Àwọn abiyamọ tó tọ́, abiyamọ tó dúró tán, for justice for Mohbad, and the commenters abiamo tòótọ́. We are not other slave. And I think those people, àwọn tó wá sọ yẹn, àwọn other slave. Me, Yeti 70, I'm not other slave. And I'm not one of the government slave. I am Yeti 70. And I will continue standing for justice for Mohbad. That is why I'm on this black app. I'm not for anything. I'm for justice for Mohbad. And whoever said, Abi Wunmi sọ pé wọ́n CY sọ pé òun lóyún. Let me tell you something. Èmi Yeti 70. I'm praying that Wunmi kó ní oyún yẹn. Kò dẹ̀ ní lè ṣe oyún yẹn torí tó bá máa ṣe oyún ó máa ọ̀tá ẹ̀ máa mi ìfẹ́ sọ òdì ọ̀rọ̀ because Mohbad wà ní ẹ̀yìn ọrùn ẹ̀. Tó bá lóyún yẹn ló dáa kéèsì àfi lè yá ni. Ṣí ó gbéke sínú o kò gbéke sínú o àdúrà kò lóyún ni tèmi kéèsì á lè fi yá dáadáa autostrada ni kéèsì yẹn máa jẹ́. Wàhálà ẹ̀ ni òun ló nà bu ẹ̀ tó ń togi sí kó ṣàlóyún yẹn káṣírí lè tú dáadáa torí then the whole world will ask a question and everybody to hold the question wọn tó fẹ́ béèrè. And secondly, about the àwọn ọlọ́pàá wa àbí kílẹ̀ so like what you said, someone on one platform months ago, someone said there is a welfare in Nigeria. If there is a welfare in Nigeria and it's working, not like one by one officer, it's working. On that day, tí Mohbad tó ní on sí Mohbad, and Wunmi took that 5-month-old to that show during the midnight. And everything happened in front of that boy. I'm telling you, if the Nigeria is working and there's a welfare in Nigeria, they will take that boy away from CY. Before we even go long, CY is the one posting that boy's picture from 5 months to now. Òun ló ń ta ọmọ ẹ̀ síta. Òun ló fẹ́ jẹ́ kán mú ọmọ ẹ̀ kan fà as a better pass my generator. CY gangan ti gbọ́ ọmọ yẹn ṣépè. Àbí ẹ fẹ́ ká lọ gbé voice note jáde. Between Ayat and Abu Ebe. À ń gbàgbé. And it will remain there forever for Liam to listen to his mother. The curse he rained on him. Abiamo fúnra rẹ̀, wọ́n ní abiamo ló lè pa ọmọ ẹ̀. Because òun ní àṣẹ, especially obìnrin àwa ládẹjà tómi sórí ọmọ wa. Àwa dẹ̀ inú wa cord kan náà ló so wá pọ̀. Wunmi CY gangan, òun gan ti ń pa Liam sáyé. Òun gangan. Because how many of us living with them? None. She's the one sending everything out to confuse people that Liam look like Mohbad and his end of it because conjora one. Like Mommy G babe, you made a mistake. It's not Ayat teeth, it's Ayan. Ayan ni kò ń ṣe Ayat. Ẹ ṣe mistake. Ẹ ṣe mistake. Ayan teeth ni ó jọ Ayan.
Take up, block this cherry.
Ẹ fi wọ́n lẹ̀ jẹ́ kó máa flexi.
Wèrè block ẹ̀ kò ní yẹ. Ó máa gbé gbogbo àwọn ẹ̀ sí ni láṣẹ Ìdùmarè.
Mọ́mí ẹ fi wọ́n lẹ̀.
Wọ́n ní yẹ́tì one block one sí ni we don't need help.
Ẹ wò ó cherry. Wọ́n ní ẹni tọ́kùn ẹ̀ ò bá balẹ̀ ló ń sá jolojolo. Ọkàn ti wá balẹ̀ because àwa mọ bí tá à ń lọ. That is why we waited for so long. We are not relenting. We stand gidigba. Àwọn long, they are not stable. They are like a UK weather. UK weather is different to other countries' weather, even Europe weather. If other Europe is summer, but UK, if they said it's summer, so UK weather ni wọ́n ẹ fi wọ́n sílẹ̀. Àwọn ò nọ́pọlọ táwọn rò táwọn fi lè gbọ́rọ̀ sílẹ̀ pé ẹ wá náà. This is over 1 year now. Wọ́n ti rí justice fún ọmọ 26 and is a celebrity. wọn ò rí justice. Ìyẹn ò sọ̀rọ̀ sí ọpọlọ wọn pé there is a foul play in this death of this boy. And whoever behind it, gbogbo wọn máa jáde. Àfi tí wọn bá ṣe fún wa ní justice. Ẹyọ kankan ni Mohbad máa mú wọn gbàgbéra nù. Ẹyọ kankan. Bí kò mú bàbá, kò mú ìyá wọn, ó máa mú ọmọ wọn. Àwọn gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì tó hold di justice Mohbad kàn fi sílẹ̀ lọ́rùn. Ẹ fi okun ẹlẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ àrí justice. And we must get that justice. And whoever that Lady K said that is in Abuja, maybe woman ni o, ọkùnrin ni o, obìnrin ni o, àfi tí wọ́n bá fi, tí ìyá àti bàbá wọn bá gbé, tí wọ́n bá fi abẹ́ gbé wọn jáde, àbí wọn bí wọn ní nọ́mà tó domi àtẹ̀jẹ̀ sí wọn lórí, nìkan ni wọn ní kúkú ìfọ̀fọ̀, ikú jálajàla. Nítorí pé kí ni, bàbá Mohbad, òun ló sọmọ nù. Ìyá Mohbad ò sọmọ nù. Because one of our gladiators said we should not abuse Iya Mohbad. I'm not abusing Iya Mohbad, but I will say the truth. Èmi ò ní fọ̀rọ̀ tàbí àwọn. Iya Mohbad ò sọmọ nù. Ọmọ ẹ̀ ní CY. I will say it openly. Iya Mohbad ò sọmọ nù. Èmi yé ti 70. Wọ́n ti bí ìyáláyà obìnrin náà re àbọ́kùnrin náà tó bá fẹ́ kan náà àwọn ọmọ mi. Tí nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ wá ṣẹlẹ̀ sọ́ta wọn. Ọlọ́run ọmọ ayẹyìn mi lára ọmọ ẹ̀mí tó bá jẹ́ second the partner ni ọmọ ayẹyìn mi lára ẹ̀ ni. And we hear the voice note tí ìyá Mohbad ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀wà ni ìyá Mohbad sọmọ nù bàbá Mohbad ló sọmọ nù. So I don't care about ìyá Mohbad and I don't care about Adura, even Blessing kòbókó ẹ wà lórí roof wà láìtàláì kòbókó ẹ ó wà lórí roof èmi á sọ bó ṣe jẹ́ because we need to talk sense to them. We need to talk sense to them. Ó tọrọ ìjà sọ fún Blessing. Ilé ọkọ ni Blessing wà náà. Blessing ti lọ. Ó ń bímọ sí ilé ọkọ yẹn. Ó ní lọ náà. What are we talking about? Èmi ò ní fọwọ́ ra anybody lórí. Sherry Fọláṣadé is good. Fọláṣadé ọmọ tí ẹkọ ló kú. Wọ́n bá ṣe wọ́n ẹni kò ṣe fa ọmọ ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ ọmọ ẹ̀kọ́ ló kú. Anything me tell I don't have problem with you. But yeah, Mohbad. Those three people in Mohbad's life, Mama Mohbad, Blessing, and Adura, they are more than evil. Èmi á sọ ẹja sọtọrọ. Kò sówó tó lè gbé fún yín. They can't kill you. Wọ́n lè pa yín. Wọ́n láìtàláì wọ́n lè pa yín. Ní stage táwa yìí, wọ́n lè pa yín. I'm saying it. But only owó. You want to belong. Òun ló lẹ́ṣin wà nù kòtò tọ́jú yín sí. Ìtorí inú kòtò lẹ́wà o. You don't have a life. Hello, Baba Mohbad. My Joe bad. I'm one of your crunch here because I've been putting it on every comment section. And tó bá wù ní kọ́kùnrin short wà láti tó kó àwọn sí ni.
Ẹ má lọ sórí àwa làwa ń gbà wọ́n yàn. Ẹ má lọ sórí àyè.
Ẹjọ́ mo ti wà lórí list ẹjọ́ torí Ọlọ́run. Olórí Ọlọ́ba gan please let me talk here mommy G babe. Let me talk now. Kí ló dé? Let me talk now. Olúkálùkù pẹ̀lú tiẹ̀ ni tó bá ní crunch ni kó sọ̀rọ̀ tiẹ̀ síta.
Àwọn yọ̀ǹgì nǹkan àwọn ta yọ̀ǹgì.
Ẹ fi Jọ́gbà dì í sílẹ̀.
Èmi náà yọ̀ǹgì ni mí.
Bàbá ti dàgbà ó ti ẹlẹ́jẹ̀ tútù bíi tiwa.
Bí èmi náà ẹlẹ́jẹ̀ tútù mo ṣe ká tán sókè.
Ẹ wá sórí the pilot láàárọ̀ ẹ wá wo bí bọ́n ṣe bí bàbá ṣe wọ suit.
Ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ̀rọ̀ wọn ní fẹ́ sọ ẹni sùúrù ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ jọ Mohbad ọmọ tó dùn ẹ wo ètè yẹn lips tó yẹ kó yìnbọn fowó ṣe ni ẹ gbàgbéra nù. Ọmọ tó dùn.
Blessed them. Òjòrò wo lẹ ń ṣe ìtẹ́ fún wọn létí.
Kí ló dé? Ẹ jẹ́ wá jẹ́ oníjẹ lọ sí báyìí torí ọ̀lọ́. À ń ṣe ọ̀lẹ́ obìnrin.
Àwọn pípọ̀ yẹn ọ̀n gbọ̀n nǹkan tó ń sọ pẹ̀tì gbé pọ̀ ẹ̀sìn lẹ́wọ́.
À ń ṣe ọ̀lẹ́ obìnrin. Ṣé ti gbọ́ pé ráìbà Mohbad ti bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ sí i? Ṣẹ́mọ̀ à ń ṣe ọ̀lẹ́ ọkùnrin gbogbo wa àti kọ application Mohbad mo kó yín jẹ I'm one of your crunch o ìyá wa réyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn èèyàn ò ní kú wọ́n máa kú because sí wa yóò jẹ́ kí Mohbad look after bàbá ẹ̀ gbogbo wa la rí ngbà tí Mohbad kú torí àwọn wèrè àwọn ada slave wọ́n compare and contrast tòótọ́ lẹ sọ ẹ̀ purọ́ pé kẹ wo bó ṣe rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni sí wa ní kẹ bá wa pè pé kí ló dé tí kò tọ́jú bàbá ọkọ ẹ̀ my husband of you too òun ló yẹ kẹ bá wa pè kúrò òótọ́ lẹ sọ pé bàbá Mohbad ó wá ń dán sí i ó ń láti dán torí àwọn fámìlì tí Mohbad gbé sílẹ̀ pé tóun bá fayé sílẹ̀ o àwọn fámìlì yìí kó máa bóun tọ́jú bàbá òun àwa náà rè adúró gbìndín bẹ́ẹ̀ bá máa kú ni kẹ́ kú and àwọn adá dọ́ọ̀gì adá slave there is no narrative you bring to this Black Cap Tamagba kò sí nǹkan tẹ̀lé sọ bá kẹ́rò kẹ́yí gbogbo ẹ̀ àwa mọ̀ pé rọ́lẹ̀ ń pa ọ̀rọ̀ iṣẹ́ owó lẹ̀ ń ṣiṣẹ́ fún and me mo sì máa continue máa stand on my insist insist mi ló gbé mi dé ọ̀dọ̀ justice for Mohbad pé ọmọ yìí wọ́n pa ní sẹ́ẹ̀.
Now, those are the aunties, mother, uncles, supporters of Mohbad. Mohbad is not here anymore. And because somehow it has been established that way, that people will rise up to fight on his behalf, to help him. After all, a lot of people have passed away. This justice for Mohbad is a movement that a lot of people got into without knowing why they are into it. Are we going to say kudos to social media? Yes. We will say kudos to social media. And we'll also say kudos to those that made use of this social media positively. Like you and I. For we bringing evidence, audio, and analyzing it. And for you also commenting, watching. This is what humanity is all about. So, you heard what our guest said. Wunmi should not be given that. Wunmi has agreed. It is not about our. It's not about the agreement of Wunmi. No, that Wunmi has agreed. Wunmi has been compelled. That is the best. In fact, in a more easier layman word, Wunmi has been forced to a corner. Not because Wunmi is a special person, but because we live in a society where rule of law, we live in a society where human beings will still be treated as they should, even though so many of them are outwardly they are human beings, but inwardly they are less than animals. They are something else. They are something else. So we've gotten to the end of one chapter. We still have another chapter. And we've gotten to the end of one chapter. We have another one which is halfway read. The first chapter is coming to an end. And we'll be getting to the next chapter before the end of this year. Still on justice for Mohbad. The first chapter is the paternity test. The paternity test. That is the first chapter that has to be dealt with, that has to be done with. And what Wunmi is begging for, and Wunmi's family, is for secrecy about the results. They do not want Mohbad's father to make it a public show. They do not want Mohbad's father to avail to the public the results, physical evidence of the results, hard copy or soft copy, whichever way. They don't want Mohbad's father to avail that. They will be citing privacy and the right of the child, Liam. And Mohbad's father will not care about that anyway. That child does not belong to me. It's not my grandson. Now, this brings us to the part of... I'm sure you must have heard this from the terrible mother of Mohbad and some other fans of Wunmi, talking about adoption. The talk of adoption is not tenable. It's not acceptable. In fact, it's not something... Why will you adopt a child of a woman Who is directly and indirectly involved in the demise of your son? What will make you want to keep the memory of your son that way? That child is not for Mohbad. End of story. We should stop embracing wickedness, evil. Oh, because of the child. Oh, about the child. Let us look for the best interest of the child. And the child did not ask for this. Oh, yes. Even the scriptures of the Christians states that the sins of grandfathers will be visited on father, grandchild, great-grandchild. 4 generations of it. God that created heaven and earth. Until today, human beings are going through the same law and principle. Maybe you believe in one deity, or you believe in the Christian God, or you believe in the Muslim God, whichever way. Everyone knows that there is a story that connects till today. People are still going through the same thing. Oh, they said Eve did something, so women have to go through pain during childbirth. Oh, they said man has to stroke. All of those stories. What does it mean? It means that generation to generation, people can be going through the same. What am I trying to say? That child is a child. It does not mean the child should be ripped off the necessity of life, but not at the expense of lies coming out from the pit of hell. Which better, I would say, not at the expense of the truth. Expense of the truth. That this child is not for Mohbad. If Mohbad's father now decide to give to the child something, being that he has embraced that child before, and that child did not ask for this, the child does not have control over it. Even though one way or the other, the child will also go through the trauma or the pain of it. Who knows where this is coming from? Or maybe it is Wunmi that started this, or their mom started it. Because we heard that she's a woman of terrible, journey. So, if Mohbad's father deem it fit to give the child maybe it's a couple of millions, just because I have embraced you, it's a terrible memory. Okay, I'm giving you just some 5 million naira as a support to this child. That would be his prerogative. That would be his own decision. That is if. And if anyone out there now decides to raise some GoFund on behalf of that child to take care of it, it's the business of those people. But we are standing for justice for someone who somehow mysteriously was snuffed out, and those that are behind it, those that are around the demise, they still want to harvest the remaining, as if Mohbad came to this life to RIP for the sins and poverty of Wunmi's family. Like, he's now the one to provide it. They want to, no, it's not going to be a norm. If not, do you know, ladies and gentlemen, if this thing of Mohbad did not become this loud, and Wunmi was able to go past the justice, jump it, the punishment, do you know that this will serve as a kind of lifestyle? It will become a lifestyle. It will become a way of life to many women, young ladies out there. If Wunmi can do it, why can't they do it? This is how it starts. They will want to do it continuously. That's how God decided. This is why he decided to put an end to it. Like, no, this cannot continue. Look at the kind of women that rose up to support Wunmi, saying, oh man, and when we check their life is upside down. Is it that some of them have mended their husband, broken their husband, some, disabled husband, terrible, that kind of thing. Lousy women, upside down women, shekpeteri, bush baby, the kind of people around Wunmi, it shows truly that birds of a feather flock together, truly. People of same mind, they will definitely want to move together. We all saw it, and we are still seeing it. So it is what it is. I don't know what you guys think of this. It is what it is. Like I said, Wunmi, DNA is a settled matter officially, not because Wunmi is not aware. They're already aware. Whatever manipulation, it will not work. So the DNA will not be done in one single place. Samples will be collected, and the sample will be made available, obviously, to be done where no one will even know it's for Liam and Mohbad or Mohbad's father. It will be done with a serial number that cannot be tracked or traced. That's how it's going to work. Because for them, they have covered places that they need to cover. So let's see that laboratory that will mess up. And about the pregnancy of Wunmi, it's not our business. We care less. We don't want to know. Or do you want to know about the pregnancy of Wunmi? Do you want to know the kind of child that she wants to bear? If she's pregnant or not pregnant? Or she took out the child? It's not our business. Does it belong to whoever? We don't care. The story they were trying to push is that child coming again is for Mohbad. So Mohbad's spirit impregnated Wunmi. Maybe their plan was for them to, I don't know, but the date and time did not match, because it's getting to a year that Mohbad is not alive. Getting to a year. So she wants to give us the update of pregnancy that that night before Mohbad passed away, me and Mohbad we settled with, and then now I'm pregnant. If it was possible for her to quickly force out the baby before the 1 year elapses, she would have done so. But she could not. She would have used that to wink again, to gain sympathy, that this last child is for Mohbad. Hey, please help me. Rubbish. Nonsense. Absolute rubbish. So, it is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, we should applaud ourselves for putting in our efforts. Could come in the form of money, time, all of this. It's something that we should applaud. This is what we should do for our society. It's a collective thing for humanity, for the sake of progress, to put an end, to stomp, to press, to break, to destroy wicked people, evil people like Wunmi and her family.